Hello, collective. This is Tan from Artemis Oracle. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. I want to do a collective general reading, just a regular reading for the collective before I start answering yes or no questions for my subscribers. You have to be subscribed for at least 20 minutes before you can even ask a question or send a message. And that's just to help me stay on point, stay focused. But I do want to put some rules because it's important that I don't really want to repeat myself. I just want to go with the flow. So I'm going to go here into the reading. So if you're new here, my name is Tan. Artemis Oracle is my channel. I am Artemis Oracle. And I'm an Oracle and Tarot card reader. All right, let's go to my videos. Live. So just want to add this pin comment, paste. Oh, wow, there's a limitation of how much. Hi, Pri, how are you? Just so you know, I'm not answering questions just yet. I want to do a general reading, and then I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Right now I'm just putting I'm just putting something here. I'm putting a comment for everybody, so I don't want to have to repeat myself because it kind of messes with the flow of the reading. Okay. Damn. There's a limit of how much text I could put in. That's fine. Let's see. Gonna get rid of this. Okay. Let me see if there's anything else. Okay, I'm gonna pin my comments. All right. Okay, I had to put that there in case of anything. I don't want to repeat myself. All right, so thank you for the likes. Welcome to anyone who's new here. So I want to do a general reading, but I didn't bring that many oracle cards. So I think I'm gonna do a timing oracle card just to get some time frames. You can have months, seasons, to say weeks, months, or years. I also wanted to know anyone's I would like feedback. I know some people have questions about like when something will happen, and I could use this deck just to answer the question, like, oh, when is something gonna happen? By the end of the year, it can happen, or it will happen in September, and that's it. I feel like adding that in, but that would be separate from yes or no questions. So if that's something you would like to see added, just let me know. You can put it in the comment section or in the chat. So, ooh, card number 8. The time is now. Okay. What else? Number 8 could be significant to you. 8 is about abundance, prosperity, luck, fortune. Look, we have the month December and it's 26. What does 26 reduce down to? Number 8. So we got 26 and 8. So December could be Sagittarius or Capricorn season. 26 is Boxer Day in the US. That's the day after Christmas in the US. It could be somebody's birthday. It could be somebody's age. That could be somebody's apartment number. Let's see what else. What else? The time is now December. What else? One more, please. Okay. October. Why are we getting the fall months? October the 24th can be significant. October 24, October 6th. Somebody's age could be 24. Oh, look at this one. Amazing chemistry, terrible timing. Oh, that's interesting. I've seen that card before, but I've never seen it come out in a reading, and technically it didn't. It's just at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so I'm gonna go, I don't know, should I use the love situations deck? Sometimes it's not always about love, and I could read this deck outside of love. So let's see. So I want to know what is the time is now. I think I want to bring this down a little bit so you can see the cards. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay, so tell me about the time is now. Okay, healing. Oh, it's funny because when I was thinking about using this deck, and I was saying I could read it outside of love. We got healing. Healing doesn't necessarily have to do with heartbreak, you know. Because you could, some of you may actually be healing. You may be suffering from an illness, or you may have you're healed from an illness. There may be somebody around you who may not be in the best of health, but it says reevaluating your needs, self-care, self-love, moving forward. So the time is now. Some of you is saying like the time is now for you to move forward. It's time for you now to reevaluate what it is that you need. Are you sacrificing your needs, or are you meeting your own needs? Is someone else meeting your needs? Are you neglecting yourself? Are you keeping yourself stuck? If you are, it's time to start moving forward. Leave whatever it is behind. Now I want to know about December. What is December? What is December? Ooh. Sorry about December. Okay, December we got, oh my gosh. Some of you are trapped waiting. Are you waiting for somebody? Please tell me you're not waiting, because if you are, stop. It's time. The time is now for you to stop waiting. Okay? I'm about to say, if you are waiting, get the hell out of my chat. That's not allowed here. You're not allowed to wait for nobody. You're supposed to keep living your life. You're supposed to keep moving forward. Don't keep stuck. Don't keep stagnant. You know, you're going to end up being bitter, resentful for whatever it is you're waiting for. You know, it's like that rotisserie thing that used to be, they have the infomercials and the 90s. It's like you got to set it and forget it. If some of you set some sort of intention, manifestation, or wish, and you're just sitting on your ass, or like some people like to say, sitting on your thumbs, it's time for you to move forward. You know, you can have your intentions, you can set your intentions, manifestations. If there's any action you need to take on your part, it's time for you to start doing that. You know, stuff doesn't happen when you're just sitting around waiting, you know. Like they say, if you want to meet somebody, you got to put yourself out there, you know. Your Uber driver ain't going to be your husband, you know. No action hero is going to crash through your window and save you, you know. You got to do that to yourself. For yourself. Hopefully you're not doing it to yourself. You're crashing through your own window trying to save yourself. Maybe some of you need to, because some of you may be trapped, you know. Trapped waiting. So December, though, holding on to hope, not taking action, standstill, delays. There's some sort of delays, and it doesn't have to do with love. It doesn't have to be. It could be anything else, you know. Trapped in an unpleasant situation, feeling stuck, and cannot escape from it. That's the worst feeling when you, especially if you're stuck waiting, because those two cards came out together. Waiting, trapped. Are you trapping yourself? Are you putting yourself in a box? Are you allowing anybody to keep you in a box? Like they're not wanting to. I remember being in a relationship. This is just for your information. This is just for reference. I was in a situation where, but though there were like circumstances, the person's religion, certain religions, specifically Islam, they're not allowed to date. They're not supposed to be dating. They're not supposed to go out for enjoyment, nothing like that, because that's haram. From my understanding, I could be wrong, and if you're able to let me know otherwise, I welcome your comment in the chat. But my understanding is no one's supposed to date. You can have a boyfriend, you can have a girlfriend. If you're going to be in a relationship, it's for marriage. That's my understanding. And I know people, break the rules. They go around, and pray for forgiveness from Allah, all that. But in the situation I was in, I was dating somebody who was, if you want to call it dating, because it was not dating. It was not. I was only only in one place. I wasn't allowed in other areas of the person's life, So it was like, I felt stuck. I felt stagnant. I felt like I was trapped in the space that we would only see each other in. There were two spaces we would see each other in. And I felt like the relationship was only in those areas. And I felt trapped. And I'm like, I can't be in a relationship with someone where I feel like I can't, you don't want to be seen with me, like you have to hide me, anything like that. That's my experience. So if you want to date a Muslim man, if he's devoted to the religion, he will not be breaking the rules, in all honesty, if he's really devoted, like I'm a Scorpio, and I'm just using this as an example. We're very it's either one thing or another. There's no in between. It's like either you're devout or you're not. You can't be in the middle because you're breaking the rules. Hi, Chris, how are you? So that's how it is, Hold on a moment. All right, so in the situation I was in, I felt like I was trapped. Like I couldn't, I didn't like that. I want to be able to go out. I want to be seen. And when I'm in a relationship, I want to be seen. I want people to know I'm with you, but people know you're with me, that type of thing. But, the religion got in the way of it, So now I have to keep my voice down. I got really, because the memory of it just and I know some of you may know what I mean. Like, oh, we can only see each other here. We can't go anywhere else. We can't go out. We can't date. I didn't like that. And I attribute that to the person's religion so much because, first of all, do I look like I'm not, I'm not Muslim. There's nothing wrong with it, but I'm not. So I have different opinions or expectations or standards for what I would like in a relationship, right? But the whole point of that is some of you may feel like you're trapped in a box, and it doesn't necessarily have to be in a relationship, but it could be like feeling limited, like you don't have that much movement, that you can't do much. Your options are limited. Your movements, it's like there's no room for growth. There's no room for expansion, because you're in this tiny place. And sometimes we do that to ourselves. Sometimes we put ourselves in these little prisons, waiting for something or waiting for someone. So December may be significant. I don't know if this is something that has to do with something maybe tied to a time period. And last December, it could be in the upcoming months. Maybe something will be culminating, or hopefully, like with this message, you will not be stuck waiting and trapped in something in December. This could be like a warning for some of you, especially since I gave the example of that relationship I was in, to not believe only what a person's telling you. Let their actions speak volumes, and their inaction also speaks volumes as well. You know, if they're not taking any steps, they're not doing things, or there's nothing being done in whatever situation you're feeling trapped in. It could be within work too. Some of you maybe wanting to do more, maybe you wanting more money, but there's certain limitations that are keeping you in this place where you feel stuck. You're like in a what do you say? You're between a rock and a hard place. That may be for some of you, and then maybe you're waiting for something to culminate, something to reveal itself. When I look at this, it's not a moon, but it kind of does remind me of a moon. It's an ornament actually, but it reminds me of a moon. So the full moon in December may be significant. It could have been during the full moon in December. The full moon would be, I believe, in Cancer. So that could be a sign: Capricorn, Cancer, maybe Sagittarius. We have Libra and Scorpio here too. Those may be time periods that this may resonate with. But I'm gonna get off my little soapbox. I just felt like I had to share that just so, because maybe if I felt like I needed to share that example, it's because somebody needs to know that you're not the only one. You know, like Sam Smith says, you're not the only one. Okay, so let's see about October. Freedom. Isn't this, oh my gosh. We were talking, look at this, freedom. Freedom. Making me think about George Michael, right? The singer. Freedom, freedom, right? Waiting to be free. Waiting. Are we still waiting? Are we still waiting? I hope not. I'm not ready for commitment and independence, happy single. Some of you are just probably, hopefully maybe this is you. If this situation resonates with you, I don't know, December's like an anniversary and October is when you freed yourself from some sort of prison, or maybe you may be thinking about this. If you get yourself in a situation in October, you start thinking about how you could free yourself. But you know what's interesting though? Because at the bottom of the deck, we do see amazing chemistry, terrible timing. So maybe this is somebody that, you know, maybe in the process of healing, but you may be feeling trapped. Maybe you're waiting for this person to heal. You can't rush healing. You know, if you break a bone, you have to give it enough time to mend. It's the same thing with healing. You know, you have to give the person time. You have to give yourself time, because it's a process and you want to make sure that you healed properly. You want to make sure any tender points are completely healed. You don't want to have any tender points, because you could get re-injured. I'm just using that as a metaphor. Okay, not everybody gets it. If you get it, you got it. Okay, but autumn is very significant here. October. You know what's no, that's TMI, TMI. So amazing chemistry, terrible timing. So maybe you did meet somebody and you may be feeling like you're waiting for this person, maybe waiting for them to change their mind about what kind of relationship you want. They want to be in, if they want to take your relationship to another level. If this is a job, you're waiting for some sort of approval for a transfer. That came to my mind. Some of you maybe waiting for a transfer. Maybe some of you are waiting for like a contract change because you want more money. Maybe wanting a higher position, promotion opportunity. Maybe you put applications out there and you haven't received any. You put the bait out there and no one's taking it, right? Nobody's biting. So the only thing that you can do is, now I don't want to focus on healing as like, oh, I'm hurt, I need to heal. It could be just like you thinking about what you want for yourself, reevaluating whether something is meeting your needs. Is your job offering you what you need? Are the benefits worth the stress, the pain, the heartache? Hopefully we're not in positions where that's happening. And if you are, you consider what else can be out there. Look for other opportunities for you. I don't think anybody should stay stuck in a toxic situation, but I can understand though, if you're struggling financially, you want to be able to transition from one position to another rather than being completely unemployed and without any type of financial security. So I would say that if you have been putting out applications and you haven't, maybe those are not the jobs for you. If there's something specific that you want to do, but you feel like you're not qualified for, or you feel like you don't feel confident enough doing, that may be something that needs to be healed. Your confidence, your self-esteem. Like try, it doesn't hurt to put out an application, like you've already been waiting. If you've been waiting for a job and nobody got back to you, what's the worst in applying for a job that you really want and still waiting? At least you tried, Don't apply for jobs that you think are going to be surefire, because they may not be for you. There may be something better for you, but you haven't put your hat in the ring. So if that's the case, if there's something that you want to do that you don't feel really confident about, but you haven't even tried, and if you've already been waiting for other jobs to come through and they haven't, what's the worst in applying for what you do actually want? It doesn't hurt, So maybe this is your call to action, to actually apply to what it is that you want, This may be your call to action to heal whatever wounds you have that keep you stuck, trapped and waiting for someone to change their mind. My motto is choose yourself. You have to choose yourself. You have to put yourself first. If we tell our friends or family members, our loved ones, to put themselves first, that same advice should also be applied to us. Don't you think? And that's one of the ways that you can free yourself. That's one of the healing allows for there to be freedom. If you feel like there may be someone you're dealing with that needs to heal themselves, that needs to go through their healing process. But don't wait for healing to take place, because life is going to continue moving forward. Life waits for no one, You don't want to be at this juncture where we are in April 2026, or whenever you happen to see this reading, and then you are waiting and you're feeling trapped because you didn't take some sort of action now. Make some sort of change. And this is a change that you already know you have to make. It's not me telling you to do something. I can't tell you what to do. I can only tell you already know what you feel like you need to do. And now is the time for you to do it. Because you don't want to be at this point later on. How many months from now? 8 months from now? Trapped and waiting for something that was never going to change. That was never going to happen. You have to free yourself, liberate yourself. It's funny because December is Sagittarius, a Capricorn, Sagittarius, a horse. Some of you may be born the year of the horse, but we also have October, so it's Libra, Scorpio. Libra is about balance, Scorpio is about transformation. So there's some sort of transformation that you need to undergo. It may be starting now, where you might see changes and you might feel a sense of freedom in October, right? And then in December, you're no longer in this waiting, entrapped energy. You've already moved on. But let's see, for amazing chemistry and timing, terrible timing, what's that about? It's number 5. So the numbers again are 8, 26, 24, and 5. Those numbers may resonate with you. 26 reduces down to 8, and 24 reduces down to 6. Those may be dates, ages, or significant numbers in your life. Can I get one card for tarot? This one, star. I like this. I don't think I've ever seen this. I don't want to look at the bottom because I see the star card. This is in tarot. The star is about healing. It's about connecting with yourself and connecting with others, but from a different perspective, different mindset, different heart space, because you're healed. You have a better understanding. You have more clarity. You've even had a change of perspective, and even a change of how you actually follow through with certain actions. It says renewed hope, a bright future, doing the healing work. So it's like with all of this, I think some of you maybe, or someone around you really needs to heal, and it's going to require patience too, for whoever this may be, or even for yourself. But it's like everything is going to be worth it. It's going to be so worth it in the end. You know, you're going to be feeling a sense of renewed hope. You're going to be like, this says, well needed but free, not ready for commitment, independent, happy, single. So some of you, if you move away from some sort of situation, is because you already know, you already feel that something better is coming along, something that may be more fulfilling, maybe a wish come true, a dream come true, possibly. Hi, Amos. Hi, Queen of Truth. How are you? So yeah, this is about looking towards your future. If you're trapped and stuck in something, you're not going to be able to see anything other than the four walls that trap you, you know, or the bars. See through the bars, see the little fence, the barrier, whatever it is that's keeping you stuck and stagnant, right? But with the star, it's like you see that there is so much more out there for you. And with that's where the freedom comes in, you know, like you don't have to stay in a situation that shows no potential for future growth, whether it's work or even a friendship or relationship, romantic relationship, however resonates, you know. But maybe things will change later on, but it's like right now, it's not the time for that. Right now is the time for healing. Now is the time for you to focus on yourself and reevaluate your life, reevaluate how you've been showing up, reevaluate how you have been showing up for yourself, and reevaluate where you want to go. Are you happy with where your life is now and where the trajectory is, like where your life is headed from where you are at this place? Or are you wanting to take a different path, right? And try something new, do something different, you know, see what else lies out there in the future, instead of already keeping yourself in a place where you're just trapped and waiting. And it could be some of you may be trapped and waiting to heal, or feel like you can't do anything because I'm not healed. I feel like I have to heal before I could do something. You could heal yourself while you're living your life, you know? You're not limited to your hospital bed, you know? Sorry to anybody who is in a hospital bed that is limited. I'll talk about a metaphorical hospital bed. You know what I mean? I gotta be careful what I say. You know, hi, love, joy. So, I'm not answering questions. You have to wait for the cue. And I'm not answering. Read the pinned comment, please, before you answer questions. Because anything that's not a yes or no question, when I start that, I'm going to ignore, you know? Because that takes energy to have to correct people. No. We're adults here. We have comprehension skills, right? But that's that for that reading. So maybe if there is like amazing chemistry and terrible timing, right now is not the right time because someone needs to heal. And once that process is as complete as it could possibly be, because how can one really tell that they're completely healed, you know? That some things might change in a love situation, you know? But you just can't be sitting and waiting. And like I said, you can't be like keeping yourself trapped to your metaphorical hospital bed waiting to heal, you know? You know, part of the healing process is sometimes you're like, okay, you have to check where you are. You have to be willing to get out of the bed and see if you can walk. Can you make it to the bathroom without help, you know? Are you still limping? Do you need crutches? Anything like that, you know? Sanjay, I am not answering questions yet. I am not answering questions yet. I'm gonna be robot Tan. Hello, this is Tan from Artemis Oracle. I am not answering any questions right now. Please be patient with your reader. If it's not yes or no, then I'm not answering it. Okay. Let's see. Okie dokie dokie doke. we're at the 30-minute mark. So if you're new here, my name is Tan, and I am not a robot. I am a human being. And Artemis Oracle is my channel. I hope you're all doing well. I get amused by people, but I don't listen. Okay. So, yes. Yes. Living and healing is better. Because a lot of people are like, I am broken. You know, yes. I'll be honest. I don't like when people say they're broken. Because when you say I am broken, you make that a part of your identity. You know? You make it who you are rather than a circumstance. You know, if you could, I feel like we should have been like, I am this, I am that, you know, because it's very limiting. I know I say I am your reader, but you know, I am Artemis Oracle, I am your reader, but to make something about your identity, like make it like it's your identity, I would say to anyone that says I am depressed, I am anxious, it's like that's part of your identity. You're saying this is who you are, not what you are experiencing. And the thing is, like I say about emotions are like places you visit, not places you stay. You know, it's like going to a museum. You go there, you know, you explore your emotions like a museum, and then once you learn something new or you figure something out, then you leave the museum. You don't live in the museum, you know, so you don't live in your emotions. Don't let that be like what your life is. You know, like yesterday, I was sad, but the thing is like, I know I am sad right now. No, I feel sad, and I know where it's coming from, so I allow myself space to feel my emotions. But then I'm like, I could get over this. This is it. I could move on from this, you know, whatever this made me sad. But you can't make it a part of your identity. I feel sad. I'm experiencing sadness. I am experiencing sadness. I'm just thinking about different ways we could talk to ourselves, you know. Okay, let me see. So I'm answering yes or no questions now. So yes or no questions, we'll start with can I, should I, will I, do I, or have I, but no, who, what, when, where, why, how, or those questions I'm not answering. If I see it, I'm not going to answer them. Okay, so, and thank you, Queen of Truth. I remember I used to say, I'm anxious. But then I was like, wait a minute, let me change the way I think. I feel anxious. I remember feelings are temporary. Because you can feel happy in one moment, but then feel sad in another, you know? Our emotions are like, I don't know what's the best way to describe emotions. They could be, like anything could trigger us in a moment's notice. Okay, so right now I'm answering yes or no questions. So I'm going to split the deck and reverse half of it. So cards in the upright will be yes. Cards in the reverse will be no. If I feel like if it's more than just a yes or no, I will let you know the reason why a specific card came out in connection to your question. And let me see what else I wanted to say. Yes, Melody. That is so true. Because they flow. Like, it's like I'm thinking about the song Fools Rush In. Like the river flows surely to the sea. Like, our emotions, they're very fluid, you know? They move. That's why we have those ebbs and flows in life, you know? That's why we need to be emotionally grounded. No, it's okay for us to experience emotions, and it's okay for us to sit in them. But like I said, it's not where you live, you know? It's, you just visit them. You explore them. But then you leave the emotion. Don't let it live in you. Okay, so does anybody have a yes or no question? Okay, Lovejoy has a question. Okay, let's see Lovejoy's question. Lovejoy. Should Lovejoy go on a date with her crush? Should Lovejoy go on a date with her crush? Should Lovejoy go on a date with her crush? Why? You got the Hermit in reverse and it's saying no. So I'm gonna ask, this is a question for you to ask. I don't know. Thank you so much for the likes. It's saying no, Lovejoy. I don't know if you're if someone's not single, because the Hermit is a solitary energy. And I don't know if someone's pretending to be single, or I don't know if someone's still in a situation, a marriage, or some sort of connection, but I'm seeing it's a no, and I feel like if you were to go out with them, it would be a risk. There would be some sort of risk. I don't know if this person is going through a divorce or something. Or I don't know, because I saw the Four of Wands in reverse. So I don't know if somebody's in a marriage or a connection, but I feel like someone, yeah, I feel like someone may be in a connection, and that's why it's coming out as a no. I hope that helps, Lovejoy. Okay. I would say let him go through that, and when he's out of it, because you saw the Fool card, let him go through the breakup. You don't want to be caught up in third party. Remember karma, you know? You don't want to be giving yourself karma. Even if the relationship isn't the greatest, or whatever the circumstances are, you don't want to have that on your conscience, you know? Even you don't want to be rational. It's like, yeah, but he wasn't happy, you know. Let him go through the breakup. Let him completely free himself from the situation, so that there's no lingering energy around him when you're out with him. When you go out with him. Okay, so you want to know if you're... Okay, Melody. So you want to know if you're... Let me see. Your guides are... Okay, are Melody's guides... Is Melody... You're welcome, Lovejoy. Oh, thank you, Lion Sky. Welcome back. Let's see. You want? I'm trying to think of what your question would be. Because it needs to be a question that I can ask. Are the confirmations Melody is receiving correct? Are the messages Melody's guides are receiving? Oh wait, the messages Melody's receiving from her guides. It's saying yes. I don't know if whatever they're wanting you to do, it's something that you're like, it just overwhelms you emotionally. Like it brings you so much joy and fulfillment, or just the idea of it. Okay, I was like trying to find the right way to say it. God knows I was trying because it was just a lot. But yeah, it's a yes. You know, but I feel like you haven't been taking any like yeah. You haven't been taking any action because the Knight of Cups goes after what they want. You know, they take action towards what brings them fulfillment. They also share their emotions. So it's saying yes, you need to go after whatever it is that. I don't know if it has anything to do with something that you just really love or really care about, that, you know, just really, just the idea of it just makes your heart like, it fills you with a lot of happiness and joy, a lot of emotion. So it's a yes. I hope that helps, Melody. Okay, does anybody else have a yes or no question? You're welcome, Melody. It's funny that the Knight of Cups came out in reverse. It's like you're not taking any sort of action towards something. And the Ace of Cups. Okay. 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 You keep meeting new guys. Just because you're meeting new guys doesn't mean anything. Just meet new guys. It doesn't have to be. You're just meeting new people. Just because you meet new people doesn't mean you have to take action with it, you know? I don't know what you mean by no one. What do you mean by that? Is no one interested in you, or? Hello, Haifa. How are you? Okay, does Hisham miss Haifa? I think the only thing you're I'm gonna be honest, because we do this to ourselves. We could be meeting a lot of new people, but that doesn't mean anything. You know, we're constantly meeting people of the same gender, people who are different gender than us, the same gender as us or different from us. So I would say don't allow yourself to get confused. You know, you're just meeting new people. Just think about it. If there's someone who is interested in you and they are, you get to decide which one you're interested in, you know? Yeah, then there's no confusion. They're not on the same page. You already answered your own question. Don't confuse yourself. Hi, Afrajita. Yes, it's only yes or no. Okay. I'm just saying, because we're always meeting people. We meet people of the same gender. We meet women and we meet men. You know, we're always meeting people. But when it comes to like romance and stuff, yeah, we're gonna be meeting a lot of people, but that doesn't mean all of them are for us. And if they are already showing that they're not on the same page with you, then what's the confusion coming from? No confusion. They're already letting you know. Don't waste your time. Keep it moving. Tell them to keep it moving, you know? You got places to go and people to see that are not them, you know? Okay. This is where you need to be by yourself. Stop meeting people. Be a hermit. Because if you're yeah, don't be desperate. But if they're already like that, then don't waste your time. Okay, so let me answer the question. Okay, does Hisham miss Haifa? Yes, you got the 9 of Cups. Yes. Are you waiting for him or is he waiting for you? Or somebody's waiting. Somebody's waiting with the 4 Cups. Somebody's waiting for somebody to reach out. I don't know if that's you or them, But think about your last conversation with that person. Did you do something that you need to apologize for, or did they? And if it's them, let them come to you. If it was you, then you go to them. You apologize. That's advice. You don't have to take my advice. Sometimes our pride gets in the way, especially when we do something wrong. You have to be willing to admit, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. But mean it. Don't say it just because you want something. Okay. Abrajita. Das Mayank. Miss Abrajita. That card just fell out. It came out as a no. I don't know if in your relationship you had a lot of trouble, a lot of arguments, a lot of disagreements, or there was just a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff getting in the way, or yeah, I got two no's. I don't know if somebody's busy working on they just like all about their money. They're only thinking about their money, their stability, their job, their career, but it's looking like a no. Like they may be distracted with work, but like the current energy is no. Okay, Abrajita, it's looking like it's a no. They don't miss you. And then, sometimes people distract themselves. They get distracted that they forget. And I don't mean they forgot about you, but, they have other things going on where they don't really allow themselves to do that. I'm sorry. I know it's disappointing. Oh, I think so. You're welcome, Abrajita. Okay. Right now, Abrajita, like with him, he's with the saving and unsaving, that's indicating like there's I want to say confusion, uncertainty. Let him figure it out. Let him figure it out. Like I told Pri, you have places to go and people to see. The same applies to you. And I did a reading earlier where I said no waiting. Don't wait for anybody. Your life keeps moving forward. Life waits for no one. If somebody wants to be with you, they will do what they have to do to be with you. But never wait for anyone. I say, and I speak from my own experience because I know how it feels, how you feel like it's just like an icky feeling. I don't like that. I want wanting to go through that again, and I wouldn't wish that feeling on my worst enemy. And I don't have any enemies because if you don't like me, then I don't give a fuck. So I have no enemies. But I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Oh Lord, but yes, you decide from your own free will. You will. Okay, Simone. Is the person Simone currently in the talking stage with have good intentions? Does the person that Simone have good intentions? Oh, you got a yes, and you saw the card fell right out. Okay, this is somebody that is serious. Because the Pentacles is all about, and it came in the upright, so it was a yes. I don't know if this person has like the King of Pentacles. I don't know if you're dealing with a Taurus or somebody earth sign energy. It could be Capricorn, Virgo. It could be in any of their signs. It doesn't have to be their sun sign, or that could be your sign. Or it may not resonate at all. But it seems like yes, this person is serious. This is someone who invests in what they value. They won't put their effort towards something that they don't see the potential for. So it's looking like a yes for you, Simone. That the person you're in the talking stage with has good intentions. I don't know if they I don't want to say they have issues with finances, but they could just be somebody who is like trying to reach this level. They're not at this place yet, but they may be working on that, like trying to improve their finances, improve their career, you know. So I hope that helps, Simone. Okay, let me ask. Richmond, I don't. Oh, okay, that's wonderful. Thank you for confirming, because sometimes I mention the signs, and you know, just in case, because sometimes it resonates, sometimes it doesn't. Oh, you're very welcome. I think I read your question, Queen of Truth. Let me see. Oh, sorry. I missed it. Sorry. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me go to your question, Queen of Truth. And then I'll answer please. Okay. I'm sorry about that. Will Queen of Truth's next romantic partner be a divorced teacher like her? Will the Queen of Truth's next romantic partner be a divorced teacher like her? It's saying yes. I don't know if you're like shocked right now that it came out as a yes, because you got the Tower coming out. The Tower is Scorpio, Aries energy, Mars. So somebody may have Scorpio in Mars or Aries in Mars, or just that could be their sun sign, or it could be a time frame too. You can take it as it resonates, but it's coming out as a yes. And I think that this is something you just want a confirmation for, because you may already know or sense or see something already happening. So you got a yes, Queen of Truth. I hope that helps. Okay, well, will Sartak take things further with Will Sartak take things further with like emotionally? No. You got a yes. But the thing is, I would say be careful because sometimes people can be like emotionally available, but some people can be emotionally, like have emotional issues. So I would say it might move very fast. So the reason why I'm saying about emotional thing, this person, I don't know if they, this is Aries or Aquarius. Some people say Aries, some people say Aquarius. That could be their sign, your sign. But I see that 8 of Wands. That's indicating that it may be happening very fast. So I would say if that's something that you're not into, that you don't want to move things very quickly, then I would say that you set up some sort of boundaries to protect yourself. Because the Fool can go into things and put themselves in situations that they don't know how to get out of, or that they weren't prepared for. You could be as prepared as possible, but it's better to be, be open, but still like protective of yourself, I would say. So that's just my advice for you, Pri. I hope that helps. Okay, Richmond, I'm going to answer that question. Yeah, like he needs to pump the brakes, He needs to slow down, You shouldn't feel rushed to do anything. Okay. All right, Richmond's question. Will Richmond's business be a success? 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 Oh my gosh, you got a really good card, Richmond. I know it shows a lady, and I don't know if you're a lady or a man. Richmond sounds like a masculine name, but I could be wrong, But I don't like making assumptions. But this is a really good card. It shows that there's growth potential. You're going to be financially stable. You're going to feel really good, be in a good financial place. Maybe even, I don't know if you've never been financially independent, but it's mostly that you're going to reach a lot of abundance, and it could be something where it may be generational, like generational wealth, something that you could like hand over to your children, your future children, or just something that is a long-standing established business. So I hope that helps, Richmond. That's a really good card, I would say. You're welcome, Pri. Don't let yourself get confused, okay? Don't confuse yourself. Sometimes we confuse ourselves. Just sit pretty and let all the men come to you. You're welcome, Richmond. Gonzalo, I'm only answering yes or no questions today. So we could, if there's a specific feeling that you would like to know about Renasa, you could ask that. So I'm only answering yes or no questions. Okay. That's not a yes or no question. Does anybody have a yes or no question they'd like me to answer? If you're answering the chat, you would like a question answered, I would suggest you look at the my pinned comment. Okay. Will there be a romantic relationship between Gonzalo and Renasa? Will there be a romantic relationship between Gonzalo and Renasa? Hi, Jennifer. How are you? So before anyone asks a question, please read the pinned question. Okay. Will there be a romantic relationship between Gonzalo and... I'm good, thank you. Will there be a romantic relationship between Gonzalo and Renasa? Will there be a romantic relationship between Gonzalo and Renasa? You have a yes. You have a yes. But I'm gonna be honest, this is a yes, right? But I feel like this is like be careful, yes, because I see the devil underneath. It's like yes, but I don't know if this is gonna be a relationship that's going to last, because this is a 5 of Cups. So I don't know if this is a relationship that will ultimately, or you've already experienced this disappointment in the past. I think this devil card is you, Gonzalo. I'm gonna be honest, because I feel like you're fixated on this, but it's a yes. But whatever you're fixated on, you have to let go of the past, and that means being at peace with it, understanding it, taking the lessons from it before you can move on. So if there's any regret that you have to move past that in order to have this type of relationship with Renasa. You have to get over the disappointment that has happened, and also don't be so attached to the outcome too, because all you're doing is keeping yourself trapped. Because imagine, I'm not even gonna put that out there because I don't want to put anything in anyone's head. So I would just say, you don't be so attached to the outcome, because sometimes that attachment, that energy that you put towards something, it ends up not happening the way you want, and it may lead to disappointment. So that's my advice for you, Gonzalo, with the card. Okay. Okay, Jennifer. Has Dion asked for advice about Jennifer Twister? Has Dion asked his sister for advice about Jennifer. Has Dion asked his sister for advice about Jennifer? Correct, Gonzalo. Okay. I swear I said yes. It's just, there's like some things that you have to get over. I gotta put that back because, all right. Has Dion asked for advice from his sister about Jennifer? Has Dion asked his sister for advice about Jennifer? Has Dion asked his sister for advice about Jennifer? Has Dion asked for advice about Jennifer? It's saying no. I don't know if he's keeping, I don't know if you know his sister. I don't know if his sister knows about you. But he may be keeping certain things about your relationship secret, and that may be why he's not asking for advice. Yeah, he's not telling. He's keeping his mouth shut. He's no, he's not. No, he's not. It's looking like a no, Jennifer. Okay. Okay, she knows about you. You can't ask her. You can't ask her. You know her, and you've talked to her. You can't ask her. I mean, like this. Let me see. Have I? I'm trying to look, like, go to my experience, and I haven't. I've only been in two. I really can't say two relationships, but the most impactful relationship I've had was with my children's father. I was with him for over 10 years, and I remember being able to talk to his sister on the phone and stuff like that. Yeah. But I don't know if, yeah, I can see why you can't ask. Yeah. You would be a little uncomfortable asking. I'm just imagining if I asked my former sister-in-law something about her brother, about me. Yeah, so I understand. Like that was like a dumb question, Tan. You would have a brief, you had a brief conversation with her. Okay. But it looks like it's a no. But the come out in reverse. The moon came out in reverse. I think if he did, she wouldn't tell you anyway. You're welcome. You're welcome, Gonzalo. You're welcome, Jennifer. Oh, you think so? Yeah, see? Yeah, she wouldn't tell you. Oh, no. I don't like, yeah. Sometimes, I don't know if my kid's father's sister is like me. I think some of them did. I think if they don't like you, I'm going to use this as an example because Jennifer, my friend, she used to go out with this guy and they were together for years, but his sister didn't really like her. She got the feeling that he didn't like her, that she didn't like her. Yeah, and it's because if depending on the guy, Dion, depending on how he is, if he's like very family oriented and he's probably there for his sister, she may think about, okay, if he's in a relationship, he's not going to be there as much for me because he's going to be with Jennifer, that type of thing. So I'm not saying she's jealous, but that is a possibility, if there's a disapproval, Well, yeah, it makes sense too because your situation. You don't want to be caught up in a third party situation. Because technically that's kind of, even though, yes, that's what makes it because you're still married. Yeah. Even if your relationship is over. Hello, Paradi. I hope you're doing well. Welcome back. It's been a while since I've seen you. So she could just be protective, and it makes sense. It's like once you get that sorted out, maybe that will ease her. She could be protective. Definitely sounds protective. You're welcome, Jennifer. It sounds like she's protective of him. So I thought of like the one that was like my friend's boyfriend's sister. I think she was thinking more about herself than her brother. Yes. Yes, and that's what makes you a good person, when you consider other people's feelings and understand their point of view. Just be like, yeah, I will do the same thing too. I will be concerned. I will have my reservations. But ultimately it's his decision, you know. He's a grown man, you know. Even if he's younger than you, he's still a grown man, right? And he gets to make his own decisions. Okay, Paradi. Who is Sarah? Who is Sarah? Ooh. So is Sarah his ex-wife? I only answer questions when they relate to you, you know? So how L feels about his wife has nothing to do with you. I'll say this much. I'll say this without reading the card. You can ask another question, but I will say this. My ex, my kid's father, I still love him, but I don't want to be with him. You know? I don't want to be with him. He's not a bad person. He's a wonderful person. He's an amazing person, you know, but I don't want to be with him, you know? So you can still love somebody, but not want to be with them, especially if you have a family with them, you have kids together. So you could ask a question like how it relates to you, about how L feels about you. Does L take you seriously? Does L care about you? So questions about L and you. I could answer. Does anybody have a yes or no question they'd like me to ask? Answer? Answer. Okay. Does L love Paradi? 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 Ooh, this is not, it doesn't look good. And say no. You have 2 no's. I'm sorry. I'll say this much because you have the nose, right? I think it's because he's distracted by something else. Like his heart may be somewhere else, or his emotions, or he's just distracted by other things. You know, he's not seeing you. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't see how you feel. They don't. He just, if that's how you feel. I don't really know how you feel. I would think if you're asking that you love him, and you want to know if he loves you too. But I could be wrong because sometimes people want to be loved, but they don't really love other people. Some people are like that. Um, but I feel like he might be stuck in the past. You know, it might be that. I'm sorry, Paretti. Okay, does anybody have a yes or no question they'd like me to answer for them? Okay. Let's see, it's 1:11. 1 hour and 11 minutes and 19 seconds on my end. All right, I'm going to go into the Wisdom of the Oracle deck and see what messages come out. Oh, not for you. Ooh, not for you. Not for you. You could take that as a resonates. I love this card at the bottom. Loyal heart. Oh, I love this card because I have an affinity for owls. I wanted to say olives. I don't know if his name is Olive, Olivia, Oliver. Starts with the O. Somebody's name starts with an O. I wanted to say Olivia or Olive. I wanted to say Olive. I know I was looking at olives earlier, but that may be significant. Okay, not for you. I want to see what this not for you is about. Even the fortune cookie is like, nope. So I don't know. That can resonate with any one of you. If there's something that you've been considering, something you've been thinking about, it could even be a person. You know, take it as it resonates. Sometimes we could be loyal to things or people. We could be loyal to people that are not for us. Sometimes we have a false sense of loyalty. Okay, not for you. What is this not for you? What is this not for you energy tied to? Actually, I'm gonna take that card, but I want to go in the book. Not for you. That's number 6. Number 6 maybe that's the Lovers in tarot. Number 6. Let's see. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate the love. So it says, not for you. A clear knowing that something is being denied you. Rejection is God's protection. There are times when it appears that no matter how deeply you desire something, no matter how hard you work at something, no matter, the result you seek always seems to elude you. It's as if you don't really get to be in the game and you feel you're just watching from the sidelines. The appearance of this card indicates that you are not going to attain what you want right now. That indeed your dreams for that exact thing will not be fulfilled. This is a time to radically accept that not everything is available to you when you want it. Take heart. For there are benevolent forces who desire the best for you and have a much clearer idea of what is for your highest good. Rejection is God's protection. Something much better that will make you truly happy is on its way. Trust this. I love that. 6 is the Lovers, right? Let's see what card came out. 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands is about defending yourself, protecting yourself. But it's funny you said rejection is God's protection. So if there's something that you've been desiring but still hasn't come to fruition. It's something that you've been wanting, something you've been putting a lot of effort towards, but you seem to be blocked. You know, there seems to be a lot of blockages. There seems to be like something always keeping you stuck, not allowing you to move forward. The reason is because whatever you want, whatever you think you want, sometimes it's like you think you want something until something better comes along. You're like, wait, I like that instead. You know, I like them instead. They're better for me, or whatever. There may be a reason why it's not moving forward, you know. God, you know, rejection is God's protection. So you're being protected from something that you really want but isn't happening, something that's not meant for you, you know. Okay, let's see what else comes out. So what is the collective being protected from? What is the collective being protected from? What is the collective being protected from? Some of you you need to spend time alone. You need to take time to reevaluate what it is that you want for yourself, what it is that you want in a relationship, whatever it is you want for work or any other pursuits. You know, it's time for you to take time to be on your own, to introspect, to reflect, to, like I said, reevaluate. What is your ultimate wish? Because whatever isn't moving forward, maybe it's not for you, because maybe your perception of it is skewed. You know, what you expected or believe it could be is not clear. You know, I don't know if you're if I want to say it doesn't align with you. Whatever this is, it doesn't align with you. 8 of Wands. So you have the 7 of Wands with the Hermit, and then you have the 8 of Wands. It's like once you have that realization that something's not meant for you, that it's time for you to move forward, then yeah, if it's time for you to move forward, then things start to move quickly, you know, like it said, like the book said, take heart, for there are benevolent forces who desire the best for you and have a much clearer idea of what is for your highest good. Some of you aren't seeing the situation for what it truly is, regardless of what the situation is. And it's like once you take time to, on your own, to evaluate or reevaluate something and see the truth of it, then and be able to release it, move on from it, then you will start to see some changes coming through. But I don't know if this is something that you felt like a sense of loyalty to, with the loyal heart coming out. Number 35, that reduces down to 8. We do have the 8 of Wands coming out. Let's see. What is the collective being protected from? Because we could be loyal to people, we could be loyal to our jobs, we could be loyal to companies. Okay. What is the collective being protected from? What is the collective being protected from? What is the collective being protected from? Wow. Some of you may be at this place where you need to be healing. You may be in the middle of a healing journey, and that's why it's important for you to stay to yourself. But you're not saying what it is. It could have to do with family. It could have to do with family. It could have to do with finances. Family, whatever that means to you, then you'll know what that is. But it has to do with family. There may have been some sort of disappointment because somebody made some sort of final decision that brought some disappointment and anxiety Because we have the Ten of Pentacles, that's family card, that's legacy, that's money, that's finances, that's abundance. Then you have the Five of Cups. It's indicating like there's some sort of sadness or grief about a past situation. And the King of Swords. I don't know if some of you are in the, well, somebody just said that they're separated, but some of you need to move on from the past so that you can move forward to the future. You need to cut something out, cut somebody out. Be honest with yourself, because the King of Swords is someone who's honest, clear, doesn't take any BS. Four of Wands. Yeah, I think it's about stability. It could have been like some sort of family that broke up. It could be a family that broke up. It could be about a company, like moving away from a company. Like maybe if you have a business and you've been trying to establish it and things aren't going well, maybe you're in conflict with your partner, if there are partners, or if you're what you were hoping for it. Like say if you started a business and you envisioned it being very successful and fruitful, but it's only led to only disappointment. Some of you may be needing to like understand that maybe whatever this is, it wasn't meant to happen. Maybe it's meant to happen. Maybe it's meant to not work out because there is something greater that you're supposed to do, and it was meant to be like a learning experience for you, to go towards what it is that will actually bring you fulfillment. Whenever we go through some sort of disappointment, there's something that we learn from that. Remember, I said our emotions are teachers. So we have the Ace of Swords is being, I don't know if this has to do with work or like team collaboration, maybe whatever this is, it didn't work out. Maybe then there needs to be some sort of conversation, clarity with whoever you're dealing with to bring the situation to a positive place. But it's not for you, it's indicating this is not for you. Maybe you're not meant to work with these people, or you're not meant to work in this dynamic. You're meant to move forward. If this is a love situation, this is about you reconciling with the past, taking time to yourself to heal, to introspect, reflect on what it is, what you've experienced, and what it is that you would like moving forward with the Eight of Wands. Because if your ultimate goal is to have a Ten of Pentacles where you are having an abundant family life, abundant financial life, then it's a matter of balancing your emotions and your thoughts, being grounded, using your energy, putting your energy towards things that will actually bring you results, rather than focusing so much on something that didn't work out, that already served its purpose, I can understand too, if you've invested so much time in something, it's like you may wonder, like, wow, I put all this effort into something, but it failed, But the thing is, if we look at it from a different perspective, I put so much effort in something and I failed. Now let me look at everything that went wrong and everything that went right. If everything went wrong, then you know what to do moving forward. I'm not going to repeat the same mistakes. I already learned a lesson. I know what works, so I know what to do moving forward. But it's understandable if you feel like that sense of loyalty because you put so much effort in something or someone and it's not for you. It's okay for you to release it, because the only person that you're hurting and trapping, because we saw that trapped and waiting card, is yourself. You're hurting yourself. So it's okay for you to release whatever it is that you feel a sense of loyalty towards, because the only person that you necessarily have to be loyal to is yourself. Loyal to your ultimate happiness, loyal to your dreams, the vision that you have for yourself, for your future. You have to be loyal to that, not to something that is clearly showing that it's not bearing any fruit. If anything, may have been very disappointing. It may have been disheartening. It may have been demoralizing, however that resonates for you. But it's time for you to understand and realize that whatever has been that to you, whatever has been Five of Cups to you, it's time for you to release that. It's okay. I like the High Priestess came out with the Hierophant. Yes, you have to have faith that whatever it is that you want is possible. You know, have faith, believe in the higher source, believe in yourself, but also follow your intuition. If you've already been getting those nudges that whatever this is, whatever you've been loyal to, is not for you. It's not for you. You know. Okay, so that's that for that reading. Ooh. I need to think. All right. Let me shuffle these cards. The High Priestess card keeps coming out for me. Thank you. Let's see. I'll put this card back. Be loyal to what's loyal to you. Don't betray yourself. Okay, let's see. What time is it? 7:09. Okay, so I'll go back to answering questions, but they have to be yes or no questions, not who, what, when, where, how, why. I mean, I see somebody wrote a question about their monetary struggles, but I have these timing oracle decks, so let's see. Okay, Mupar. I see a question. Let's see. Mupar, I'm gonna use the timing oracle for you. You're gonna be my guinea pig, okay? Struggle and monetary struggle and when will Mopal's monetary struggle end? 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 Wow, they really don't want to answer. When will Mopal's monetary struggle end? When will Mopal's monetary struggle end? This is an experiment. I feel like there's something that you need to do that you may have been procrastinating with, because if you don't take action, we have December here, but at the bottom of the deck, I see there is no more time, right? So there's something that you need to do that's going to help you get out of whatever struggle you're in. But if you don't, it could be December. And December is a long way away from now, you know? So I would say, like, if there's something that you need to do that you've been procrastinating, that you haven't taken action with, you have to start moving with that now. Because I don't think you can afford to wait till December, you know? But this could be something that happened during December, culminated from December. Yeah. See, this was a little experiment that I wanted to try. Hi Nara, how are you? I hope that helps. I don't like this. I was like picky. I was like not sure about that card, but I hope that helps. Let me see. Hi Domina, how are you? Welcome back. Let's see. Okay. Nara's question for Nara. Question for Nara. No Vitor Vera. Message to Nara this month. Look after a message to Nara this month. Ooh, Nara. This card don't want to tell me. I think there's a specific card. Look after or send a message to Nara Alves this month. Look after some message to Nara. Wow. Why? Juanita Pereira, look after or send a message to Nara this month. It's saying no with the Knight of Pentacles, and you have to start here. I know it's something that you're hoping for, you're praying for, but it's saying no, and I don't know if he's stuck, somewhere, if he's stuck financially, if he's not in a good place, but it's saying no, like because the Knight of Pentacles is someone who moves maybe very slowly, but with the fact that it's reversed, it's like he's not taking any movement, and I don't know if there's something that's blocking him, that's keeping him stuck, and that's why he may not text you. And this is for the current energy, so that may be why he won't be reaching out this month. I hope that helps. I'm sorry. see. Oh, I know, but I don't know if there's like something right here. Okay. Oh, you probably stopped him in his tracks. That's why him and his horse are stuck. Good morning, Silva. Oh, if there is another one, that's for him to know. Let me see. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh my gosh. Silver. Wow. Silver. You telling me that you gave somebody money, somebody that I was telling you would not reach out to you, but then they eventually did? But then they ask for money? I don't approve of that message. I don't approve. How somebody's not going to talk to you and reach out to you, but then when they do, oh, can I have money? I'm being judgmental, but that's okay. I'm human. And I don't mean no harm. It's just I don't like hearing when people get taken advantage of. And I hope that's not the case, Silver. Okay, did the money Lippy asked for come to her use? That card came out on the side. Okay. Let's see. Sura. Was the money that Lippy asked us help Kim and her use and what she had doing? Since I'm only answering yes or no questions, and I don't know where you live, I can only assume that you live in another country. I don't want to say you live in India or Pakistan or Bangladesh. Because I don't know. And I don't know what kind of resources are available to you in your country. So if there's anything that you need, Mupan, that your family needs, Mupana, then you might need to look for resources that may be helping you. A tarot card isn't going to tell you. If there's something that this is your family, this is your responsibility. You have to do whatever you have to do. So you have to look. I don't know if you have to go to work, look for work, try to see what resources are available to you. You know? Yeah, I know December is too much. And right there, it said there is no time. So, you know, there's no time. So it's like there's something that you need to do, you know? Now, you need to take some sort of action. I don't know what you've been doing. I don't know. And I think instead of wondering when, you have to keep doing whatever you have to do. Because right now, this could be just a temporary setback that you can overcome. But you have to, I don't know what else to say, honestly, you know? So a tarot reading is not going to be helping you right now. And I'm being completely honest. Hi, Beji. Okay. Be patient with me, Suvra, because you did something. You did something not the greatest. You didn't do the greatest thing, giving money to someone. Okay, let's see. Especially when you've been like, oh, are they gonna contact me? Are they gonna message me? Are they gonna, you know? And then you gave them money. Come on, Suvra. Okay. Okay. Here's the money. I keep getting sideways cards. I keep getting sideways cards. Suvra. I'm going to move these cards out the way. I'm going to move these cards out the way. Okay. Let me read your question again. Was the money that Libby asked for into her help? Is she happy? Is the money Libby asked for into her help? I'm only gonna answer one question, because one question per person. Was the money that Libby asked for her help? Did the money Libby asked as help come in her use? Of course she's gonna be happy she got money. I'll be happy if I got money too. Okay, let's see. Was the money that Libby asked as she came to her use? Was the money that Libby asked as help in her came to her use? Was the money that Libby asked as help? Was the money that Libby asked as help into her use? Isn't that, I don't know. I gotta know. It's a no. It came out as a no, Suvra. Remember, these messages are for entertainment purposes only. Please remember that. That is a disclaimer for all tarot card readers. She's happy she got the money, but it's looking like it wasn't for her. I don't know if she was using it to help somebody else. And anybody else could be another family member or another person. I don't know who. It's not my business, but I would say beware of giving money to people who haven't really been there for you. Don't allow anyone to take advantage of you. And this message goes to anybody and everybody. Don't let people use you. Okay, I'm sorry, Suvra. Okay. Okay, let me answer Angel's question. Where is she? I know Angel had a question. Angel. Okay. I'm sorry, Angel. Okay. And you might need to get a regular job outside of the creative field. Because, like you said, you have a family. You have to get something that's going to provide you security and stability, because we all know about starving artists, you know. You have to get something. Being an artist is not the, being in the creative field isn't the most financially lucrative field, you know? Okay. Will this year be positive for Angel? Will this year be positive for Angel? Will this year be positive for Angel? It's saying no, but I feel like it's because you're not, there's certain things that you need to do. Maybe you're not, because the Magician came out in reverse. Maybe you're not. I think you're not using your skills to your advantage, Angel. I don't know how that, you take it as a resonates because it came out as a no. So there might be something, because the Magician is someone who has a lot of tools, experience at their disposal, but they're not using it the right way, you know? So I don't know if you're in something where you're not happy. And I think once you're able to put your energies towards something that like something that you really want for yourself, like you're trying to manifest for yourself, then that's when you'll be able to experience happiness, joy, positivity, you know, the sun. But you're not right now, you're not living in your potential. You might not be living in your purpose, you know. So you have to reflect on what it is that you want, and are you happy in the where you currently are? Are you happy where you currently are? And what changes do you feel like you have to make so that you are happy? You know? I hope that helps, Angel. Okay. I hope that helps, Angel. Okay. It seems like the first thing, oh. Sometimes, yeah, like I know sometimes we're told to, like I was telling Angel, like about living in purpose and doing what you love, but sometimes the circumstances that you may be in may require you to put certain things aside, right? So that you can take care of your basic needs. That's the most important thing. And then once you are established and financially secure, then you could go into that field. You say you're in the creative field. I don't know if that's something that I think anybody who's in a creative field, they want to be in creating. They want to be in a creative mode. But I think there may be something you need to change that I'm not privy to, you know, and you're welcome, Angel. Okay. So Paige's question, then I'll answer Sia's. Okay, Paige. Hi, Paige. Okay, does Jay have a crush on Paige? 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 It's looking like a no. I'm sorry. It's looking like a no. Paige, you got 2 no's. I'm sorry. Not much I can add to that, but I'm about to read yours. Patience is a virtue. And let's see. Okay. Hosea be selected as the sub-inspector. Hosea be selected as the sub-inspector. It's saying you have a yes. You have 2 yeses. So we're gonna focus on this yes. You have a yes. There's gonna be some sort of offer you're gonna be very happy to receive. But this could be the end of you waiting, you being stressed out, being anxious. It's like it's finally over, and the yes card is saying that the 2 of Cups in the upright is saying yes. I hope that helps you. You're welcome, Beiji. I don't know what Dee Dee is, but Dee Dee is not me. My name is Tan. I don't know what Dee Dee is, but that's not me. Okay. If you have a sixth sense, then why do you need me? Remember, you're living in your experience. And your question was very general. It was saying when, you know? So let's see. I'll do the yes or no question for you. No, you don't love me. You don't know me. Don't do that. Don't do that. I love you or you pretty. Can you answer a question? No, we don't do that here. I don't like that. That's manipulative. Okay. All right. All right. So. So will Mupana's financial struggle end by April 2026? Will Mupana's Muparna. Okay. Will Mupana plus financial struggle end in April 2026? Will Mupana's financial struggle end in April 26th? We got 2 no's. It's saying no, not this month. It's not going to be this month. It could be between May and I'm gonna say it could. I don't want to give a date prediction. It could be. Earth energy is very slow. Say no. Not April. You may be seeing changes next month in May. There may be something in May. But I'm also getting July. I don't think it's this month. I think it's either next month or July. It's looking like May or July. Mupana. Pick one question. You have 3 questions. Pick one. Only one question. Oh, feel like you're draining me. It's draining me. Okay. Does he love Yvonne? Does he love Yvonne? Does he love Yvonne? No, I don't like that card, the way it came out. Does he love Yvonne? Let's say no. And that card came out again. No. I don't know if I don't know what's going on. Hopefully someone's not married. But it's saying no. You gotta know. You gotta know, Leo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You gotta know. Hopefully someone's not already taken. Okay. 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 All right, let me see. All right. Okay, so so I'm closing off the yes or no. I'm no longer answering any more yes or no questions. Let's see. Do I want to do anything else? Let's go into another oracle reading. What advice does the collective need tonight this time? What advice? What closing message do we have for the collective? Mending. Earlier we saw the healing card, right? Earlier in the first reading that I did, mending. So it's number 52. Reduces down to 7. Mending, 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 mending. Okay, let me go into the love situations deck. So what does this mending have to do with? What is this mending related to? Wish come true. That card came out anyway. That's funny because I put this card back because I wasn't feeling it. And this card came out. Wish come true. Wish fulfillment, all that you ever wanted. Dream girl, dream boy, right? And then underneath is planning their next move, being clever, leaving nothing to chance. So, mending. Let's see what that card means. 52. Let's see, 52. Mending. Let me put this here. Essential meanings: forgiveness, making amends, healing after arguments. The oracle's message: each time we are hurt and allow the hurt to pass through us without understanding and integration, we accumulate an unwanted burden. This keeps us chained to the very things we need to heal: the pain, the memories, the echoes of resentments, and the arguments that we rehearse over and over. Now is the time for mending rifts, healing wounds, and letting go of old hurts in order to reclaim your power. Now is the time to forgive, to release, to make peace, and to make amends to others. Set yourself free. Okay, there's more messages. You've come to a place where forgiveness is necessary if you're to move forward. Separate or together, you and the other person are still experiencing the effects of a hurt that is impacting everything you do. Even if you're not aware of it, the energy needs to clear. What must you do to bridge this gap? Closing your heart is not the answer. Ask yourself, what would love do? Only good will come out of forgiveness and an honest redress. I'm no longer answering yes or no questions. So right now I'm doing a general reading before I end the live stream. So I apologize to those. You're going to have to come back another day. I'll be going live tomorrow at 6 p.m. That's when I'll do more yes or no questions. Okay, so the prosperity message. Everyone makes mistakes, especially when you want something very badly. You may come to realize that in chasing after a pretty shiny thing, you lost sight of long-term sustainable prosperity. Sometimes you make choices that look good at first, but ultimately lead to loss or failure. It's time to forgive yourself and others. Don't blame anyone else. You get to start again, wiser and more mature. The journey to which abundance can be bumpy. The journey to true abundance can be bumpy. Make amends to anyone you may have hurt along the way, especially yourself. Forgive those who may have taken advantage of you. Let go and learn from this. You are now that much closer to achieving the kind of prosperity that really fulfills you. Nothing is ever lost or wasted when you view it from this perspective. I was talking about this earlier, about loyal heart, that sometimes you can invest so much into something, but it's not for you. So it's okay to forgive the situation, forgive the person if they're not for you, especially if you've overgiven, if you were, whatever it is, if you've given so much to other people, or if you've invested so much into certain career paths or certain things that relate to finances and relate to relationships. You have to take the lesson from it, learn from it, forgive them, forgive yourself, and heal, move forward. Because with that healing, with that realization, with that understanding, with that clarity, that allows for you to go towards a wish fulfillment. That allows you to go towards some sort of strategy that will help you in the long run. This is about being planning what you want to do next after moving on from something that has no longer serves a purpose in your life. It's time to be clever. It's time to be strategic. It's time to make certain moves, take certain chances, leave nothing to chance. Any opportunity that comes to you that aligns with whatever your wish is, take advantage of it. Don't let it go to waste. Okay, so remember, you still have free will when it comes to your life. If there's anything that you can do, any support that you can get, then you have to. Ooh, my ear is ringing. You have to look for that. Because these are just cards. Our lives require our part. It's not only the angels. They could tell, like the angels. I don't say I talk to angels, That's something you put out there, I'm an intuitive reader, I don't say I speak to spirits. I don't speak to angels. That's not me. What the cards are saying is that there's something that you need to do. And that it's not going to be happening this month, but the thing is, you still have free will. And like I said, I am not familiar with your country and what services are available, because I'm in America. I didn't say that, but I'm in America. And I know what's available to us here in America, but I don't know what's available to you in your country. So you can't base your hopes on what cards say or even what I say, you know, because you still have free will. You have choice. You have power. I know you say you're tired, but the thing is, you have family. I don't know, and I don't know your family dynamic. I don't know. But I feel like it's like, from what I'm getting from the spiritual standpoint, yes, you have family to take care of food. You do have bread and butter. That's good. You have something. That's something to be grateful for, right? But like I said, there's nothing I can do, you know, where I'm at, you know. You have to look at what's available to you, where you are. Because I know I've been in those places. I've been in that place myself. So I understand the limitations. But like I said, I know what resources are available from where I am. I don't know what's available to you where you are. So instead of looking at tarot readings, start doing research and finding out what's available to you. I'm being honest because, you know, being spiritual also means being realistic, you know? So you have to see what's available to you. I don't know anything about India. I don't know anything about the services that you have available. That's something that you need to look into. And I'm pretty sure your country has social workers, caseworkers. There's resources available. If you need that, then maybe this is going to be a little bit harsh. I don't know if you're a masculine or feminine energy. But don't let your pride get in the way. If you feeling like you have to work or you have to do all this, yeah, do that. You need to do that for your family. You know, your family depends on you. However, if you need help, you need to ask for help, you know? Don't let your pride get in the way. Can't let your pride get in the way. Let's see. So there needs to be some sort of healing. Like the card says, you have to forgive others and forgive yourself and start moving forward. I don't even want to read tarot anymore. So I'm going to end this live stream now. I appreciate you all for stopping by, subscribing, allowing me to read for you. Right now I'm very tired and my eyes are bothering me. So I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to read for you. I go live at 2 p.m. Eastern Time and 6 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. So if you would like to come back and have me answer any questions, any yes or no questions, yes or no. All right, nothing else unless I say differently, you know, but you can join me then, but mostly at 6 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. Okay, so I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I hope that whatever issues you may be experiencing, any struggles, that a solution comes to you, and that you all are in the best place possible. So I'm ending right now. So have a wonderful day or evening wherever you are.